Osu is a fun game. But what happens when you go out of your way to be an insufferable pile of crap, hackusating top players and wholeheartedly believing every top player is cheating? Of course, I'm talking about the specimen known as Loser Otaku. Now, it's a true mystery to whether this guy is baiting or not, sheerly because of his commitment to this character that I believe he puts on, but let's take a deeper dive. With the recent attention Loser Otaku has been receiving from top players joking about cheating, I thought we might as well look at his past and how his persistence proves that it could possibly be more than bait. If you have used Twitter over the past couple days, possibly even weeks, you may have come across this person who goes by the tag @LoserOtaku or the name Top Player Skeptic. I've already given the brief rundown in the intro, but I want to show those of you who don't know this person his odd behavior and my experience with him. Let's look at his status in the Osu community. Looking at a couple posts on the Osu forums, it seems like he is just a clown and we are there to throw tomatoes at him. Like, look at this post he made called Talk Like Loser Otaku, in which he gets dunked by people replying to him. This guy is so out of touch with reality that bro thinks he's the main character and deserves everyone's respect. Everyone from now on must address me as Kami-sama and must do a 90-degree bow to me. Like, bro. Like, it looks like bait, it feels like bait, but it can't be. Before his Osu account got nuked and presumably restricted, he was silenced by global moderators repeatedly. You must be doing something absolutely brain dead for that to happen. Imagine sitting on your ass all day and typing in chat so much that you get silenced and even restricted for your behavior. But these cringy posts on the Osu forums are the least of our concern. In fact, it gets worse. Time to check his Twitter. Please don't try this at home. From my discovery, this guy is a lolicon. Yes, he is a weirdo that tweets lollies in swimsuits. I mean, what were we expecting from this guy? He's racist. I mean, I think he's got beef with Arabs for some reason. And he is just very persistent in accusing almost every top player in existence. Let's look at the start of this degenerate's account. The tweet on screen that I can't say tells you everything you need to know about this person. After these sort of brain-dead tweets, he would start to tone down and interact with the Osu community in late 2023 and early 2024, where he's been busy retweeting, quote retweeting, and just in general talking about top players. And it looks like bait. I mean, the attention he gets from top players must feel exhilarating. But I wonder how he felt when Malashevsky said he would, do something to his mom. Are you enjoying the video so far? Well, make sure to subscribe, it helps me out a lot. Okay, let's continue. A funny thing that actually happened is that he had the balls to DM me and ask for help, because his tweets and other bullshit had gotten him death threats, to which I wasn't very helpful. But I want to make it clear that you shouldn't send death threats to this guy, no matter how stupid he is. If you do that shit, you're literally stooping down to his level. Do you really want to be on the same level as this loser? Didn't think so. So please don't send death threats. Now that we have gone through his weird past, I want to talk more about my experience with him in Discord. Now, I always try to keep an open mind when someone contacts me or messages me, because I never know what someone can truly be going through. So when I first saw this message, I was confused. An opener like, yo, can you help me? I'm exposing a collie bed for cheating, is crazy, which explains my reaction. As time would go on, he would kind of continue to pester me, and I just kept trying to be rational, but I think I fell for the bait, opting to feed into this loser and talk to him. I tried to persuade this guy that a collie bed isn't cheating, but he was persistent. However, it looks like Loser Otaku had a breaking point. He finally opened up. This is where I thought he was normal, sort of. Keep in mind, I had no clue about his past on Twitter or the retardation that was happening behind the scenes. Anyways, he was talking about how lonely he is, that he has no friends. Now I can see why, but in hindsight, it was kind of sad to see. However, it's really hard to feel sympathy and sadness towards this guy because he was being an annoying asshole in Discord servers like Osu Museum, Stews, and mine, which you should totally join by the way. He kept pestering people and it went completely apeshit. Not only on Discord, but other platforms too. Here, I'll let my close friend Osu Museum explain the Loser Otaku lore.
So, Loser Otaku joined my server in September 2023 and immediately started causing problems, where he would complain about how he was not improving and ask for advice. But instead of taking the advice, he started arguing with the people who tried to help him, making excuses about how his genetics are bad and that he had no time to play at all, despite the fact that the time he used for arguing could have been used for playing the game. He then died down for a bit until a collie bed set his infamous 1505 PP score on Valley of the Damned. This was the straw that broke the camel's back because he went on a misinformation spreading spree. Even the GMPs got tired of him and now he's restricted in Osu, just like Aryn mentioned before. Digging deeper, it was also revealed that he was misogynistic and had horrifying views on lollies in his detention center server. Yes, he has a detention center server where he ats you with hentai. It's a battlefield in there. He was muted multiple times, but kept coming back, hackusating and finding quote-unquote proof, which was just baseless claims, reminiscent of witch hunters in the 2016 White Cat era. This is also when he tuned up his top player skeptic persona and started accusing Master as soon as he saw the 1.2k score on Cpoll. I decided to also block him on Discord so that I don't have to put up with his BS anymore. I'm saying this now just in case he starts making up some false story that paints him in a good light just to clear the air. I also wanted to say not to give this guy attention and just ignore him basically, because I know you guys want to keep fighting him on Twitter, but in the end you are giving him what he wants and this will end up giving him a bigger platform somehow. So if you encounter this guy, it's best to ignore him, and if you want to call out his BS, you can, privately. This is why I think Aryn's video on this topic can be considered a double-edged sword, but it's also important to let people know that he is the biggest loser the OS community has ever seen. Thanks for having me, Aryn.
Thanks for sharing that traumatic experience with this fiend. The reason I felt any sympathy towards this loser was because he was an outcast. Loser otaku scenario is easily applicable to other people that just have a hard time communicating and talking openly. Maybe they didn't have a father figure or parental figure growing up. Going back to my motto, you never truly know what someone is going through. So while I kept this in mind, I try to be respectful, but as much as I try to help out this retard, it just looked like the attention was too much for him. Every time he could argue and get something out of someone, he would just continue to yap, actually further proving that it could just be bait. But
I guess we'll never know.
after my wild experience with this individual and seeing what he did to Osu Museum, Stu told me to ban that guy, to which I complied. And now Loser Otaku comes back to my comment section every once in a while asking to be unbanned, writing rather funny comments. But it's not only this channel, he's everywhere. But the persistence and character is what makes this case so weird. Continuing to slander and accuse top players everywhere he goes is insanity. Not only is this character or persona he may put online weird, and looking at what he tweets and says, it's just crazy. This person, I hate to say because I don't know what's happening with his real life, he's a loser. There will not be any change to this loser otaku person, and this video giving him attention will be a double-edged sword. While I want to communicate my thoughts about this person, alongside informing everyone about this piece of shit, he will ultimately get what he wants, which is the overwhelming starvation for attention. And hey, while you're still here, why don't you watch Rating Osu content creators or Osu's biggest scams? Okay, see ya, bye bye.